Hi guys, my name's Holly and welcome to my first video. I was tagged by Daniela at A Disney Life for Me to do the 18 question Disney tag. So I'm just gonna get right into it, and I'm also gonna apologize for terrible lighting and terrible quality and probably hearing my kid and my husband in the other room. Sorry. But I hope that you'll persevere through it and watch this video. Okay, so number one, which Disney movie or scene would you like to be in? There are so many Disney scenes I'd like to be in, especially any kind of like nature scene, any kind of like forest or jungle or stuff with lots of animals. That's where I would want to be. But there's one especially that I'd really love to be in, and that is the lantern scene in Tangled, and we'll get into that later. We'll get into the why of that. Alright, question number 2. Best moment in a Disney park. Oh gosh, there's so many great moments when you go to Disney, but for me, and I think for a lot of us, the very best moment of any trip is the first day you go to Magic Kingdom and you walk down Main Street and you get your first glimpse of the castle. It's like, oh, I'm really here, I'm really at Disney, my trip has started, and it's the best feeling, it's the best moment. Number 3, what non-Disney song reminds you of Disney? A few years ago, Disney had a commercial, and the song for it was Best Day of My Life by American authors. So every time I go to Disney now, I'm like singing that song. I like that one. I think that one probably reminds me most of Disney. Number 4, what year did you first visit the parks? My first Disney park visit, I cannot remember because I was a year and a half old, but my parents took me and my brother in 1995. But the first trip that I do remember was in 2007. I was in the 7th grade, so I don't even know, how old is that? Like 12, maybe 13, something like that. So yeah. Question number 5. Which Disney character would be your best friend? I'm not a big people person, so I would want to be friends with like all the animals, especially Lady and Marie. They're just so sweet. But if I had to choose a person, I would choose Merida, because I really love to go horse riding, and I feel like we would have a lot of fun riding horses, and she could teach me archery, and that'd be fun. Number 6. Which Disney sidekick best describes your personality? Okay, so I had to have my husband help me with this one. My personality, I'm responsible, I'm loyal, I'm a rule follower, but I'm also not very patient. So I went with Zazu, and I can also be, sometimes my common sense just flies out the window, it's just gone. I have no common sense sometimes. So I picked also Hey Hey, which, you know, I'm just gonna own it. I don't care. I'm happy with being Hey Hey. Alright, number 7. Sorry, I got my paper here. Everything wrote down. Who's your favorite Disney princess? It's a tie between Cinderella and Rapunzel. I literally could not choose between the two if you ask me. Sometimes, I don't know, some days it leans more one way than the other, but yeah, they're right there with each other. I can't choose. Number 8. Which scene in a Disney movie always makes you cry? I cry at every Disney movie, which is funny because I'm not a crier, like in real life events, and like I'll cry my eyes out at a movie or a book, which is, I don't know, I feel like something's wrong with me. But the movie that probably makes me cry the most is the live action Cinderella, the beginning where she loses her mom, and then when she loses her dad, but especially when she loses her mom, because my mom and I have such a strong bond, and she's actually going through cancer right now, and she's not doing that great, so that one, I haven't been able to watch that one in a long time just because I can't stand to see that scene. Number 9, favorite Disney movie is Tangled. It's funny because I can't choose which princess is my favorite between Cinderella and Rapunzel, but I can definitely say that my favorite movie between the two is Tangled. Number 10, which Disney movie do you think is most underrated? I think there's a lot of underrated Disney movies, but for me, I think the one I feel is most underrated is Brother Bear. I really, really love Brother Bear. Coda is the cutest thing in the world. Number 11, which Disney movie do you think is most overrated? I had to be careful with this one. I didn't want to make anybody mad at me. So I hope nobody gets too angry when I say Cars. I feel like there's so much Cars merchandise and so much, they've done so many Cars sequels and things like that, and I feel like it's just a meh. It's an okay movie, especially for like if you have toddler boys, they probably love it. But yeah, it does nothing for me. Number 12, favorite Disney song. Okay, now we're going back to question number 1, your favorite scene, and that was the lantern scene. So the answer for my favorite Disney song is I See the Light, and that's because at my wedding I had a really good friend play piano for our wedding, and she did a bunch of different gorgeous versions of Disney songs, and the one that I walked down the aisle to was I See the Light, so that's always, that's always going to be my favorite Disney song. Number 13, least favorite Disney song, and I'd probably have to say Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame, because Frollo freaks me out. Like, I'm seriously scared of Frollo. 14, most memorable Disney villain. For me, it's because I've met her in the parks when I was little, and that's Cruella. She's so like outrageous and just, I don't know, she's got so much personality, which I guess that's true for all of them, but I don't know, there's just something about Cruella, especially when you meet her in the parks. I like her a lot. Number 15, favorite classic Disney ride. For me, this is always changing. I can never definitively stick with one, but today I'm gonna say Splash Mountain. I feel like if I was at Disney World right now, that's what I would want to ride. Favorite modern ride is the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And number 17, favorite music score is definitely Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh my gosh, it's so good. I could listen to it every day. Especially the first 3 movies. We went to a Disney Symphony not long ago, and they did the Pirates theme. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I had chills. It was so good. Alright, last question. Favorite live action? And that's Cinderella. We kind of already talked about that, but I love Lily James. I loved her in Downton Abbey, so automatically when she was in Cinderella, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. But I like when they remake the older movies more than I do the 90s movies, because I feel like, the older movies, which Cinderella was made in 1950, so, it's older. But I feel like they don't have as much, I don't know what word I want to say. Like, I don't know, they don't have as much meat to them. You know what I mean? That probably just sounds weird, but yeah, that's what I feel like. So that was question number 18, and obviously the last question of the 18 question Disney tag thing. So thanks Daniela for tagging me. It was nerve-wracking and scary, but you made me do it, and I did it, and here it is, and ta-da! I hope it wasn't too terrible, and you didn't cringe too bad watching it. Thanks so much if you stuck with me through the whole video. I really appreciate it, and I'm not gonna ask you to like and subscribe or anything because I don't know, I feel weird doing that, but it'd be great if you did. I might, you know, get some more stuff out soon, maybe. Okay. Alright, well, thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.